Hi everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you didn't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoons sometimes, and today in this video I will be talking about my updated top 11, updated top 10 Rescue 9/11 episodes. So I just made a video. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So I just made a video a few hours ago of my original top 10 Rescue 9/11 episodes. So if you want to see that video, it'll be linked in the description box down below if you would like to check it out. And for those who don't know what Rescue 9/11 is, it was a TV show that was on, I think, in the 90s. I don't remember. But it's a pretty good show. It tells true stories about real life rescue missions they had to make to save people. So I highly recommend you check it out. And they have episodes on YouTube, so you really should check them out. They're really good, and they're inspiring true stories to teach you of how to be safe and keep yourself safe, so then that stuff doesn't happen to you. So I'm going to get started, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. So number one on my list had to be falling glass. So I like this episode because it teaches us how glass can be dangerous when you least expect it, especially when you're putting up a whole sheet of glass, because it can and will fall on you. Because in this episode, a ton of glass falls on a guy and he gets cut on his legs, which is not good, and the glass is very heavy and stuff. So just keep in mind that when you're working with glass, you need to be extremely careful because it can and will fall on you and cut you when you least expect it. Number two on my list would have to be heart of glass. Now this is a scary one because in this one a little girl gets a shard of glass in her heart, and that's not a good thing. You never want a glass in your heart because they can and will puncture your heart, and you can and will stop bleeding and die. So this little girl had to get some medical attention as soon as possible, and luckily she got it because she ended up being safe. She ended up surviving surviving the shard of glass in her heart and was able to get it out. Number three on my list would have to be Glass Cut Teen. Now this is another episode where someone got cut with some glass as they tripped, and they got cut with a glass that they were bringing to drink some water. And they had to get her some medical attention because she ended up with a big hole in her chest from the glass that cut her, which is not a good thing because her chest is where her heart is. And I was super happy that this girl was able to get the medical help she needed as soon as possible in order to get her life saved. Number four on my list had to be Sister Abduction. I like this episode because in this episode, a little girl gets tricked by a stranger, and then she ends up getting kidnapped because the stranger tricked her into coming into the car. And the little girl learns that strangers can pull tricks on you to get you to come with them when you least expect it. And I was glad she learned not to be tricked by strangers in this episode, and I'm glad the little girl got returned safely. So just to keep in mind, if you guys notice a stranger luring a child, call 911, tricking a child, don't watch them and make sure they know not to go with the stranger, because then they won't be safe. Be safe, and if you see someone tricking a child and then abducting them, then call 911 as soon as possible. Number five on my list would have to be Roller Coaster Rescue. I like this one because it's a very interesting one where an employee at an amusement park gets his leg mangled in a roller coaster, and it's really scary because you wouldn't think to get your leg scraped up in a roller coaster. This person actually lost his leg while getting it mangled in the roller coaster, and it was really, really scary. But I was glad that he got the help he needed and he survived the accident. Number six on my list had to be Granny's riding lawnmower versus Grandson's leg. I like this episode because this episode teaches us never to Never to run around when someone is riding on a riding lawnmower, because you can and will get your legs scraped up, because lawnmowers are very dangerous. They have blades and they can cut you. And if you end up getting cut, you might either lose your leg or you have to get medical help right away. So I'm glad this one teaches us how to be careful when someone is on a riding lawnmower when they're mowing the grass. Number 7 on our list would have to be Christmas tree fall. Now, this is a pretty scary episode because a teenager falls from a tree and he has to get medical attention as soon as possible. And he almost got paralyzed after falling out of the tree. It was very scary to watch because he was out in the middle of the woods with his friend, and he was out in the middle of the woods with his friend, and there was no place for them to call for help and stuff. They had to kind of like go to the nearest town to get help. And that's what you should always do, is when you're in the middle of nowhere where you have no cell service, try their best to find a way to get help and get someone to get 911, especially if you don't have a phone, or you can just try to find the nearest hospital. I was glad this teenager was able to get the medical help that he needed, because he had a pretty bad serious injury where he fell and almost got paralyzed, and it was very scary. And I definitely learned from watching what he did not to climb a Christmas tree when it snows, because those get very slippery and they can be super dangerous. Number 8 on my list would have to be Tropical Trans AM. So this is an episode where, would you give me 1 second? So in this episode, someone is repairing their car, and the car ended up rolling onto him and onto his chest. It was very scary. They had to get like a couple people to help get the car off the person, and cars are very heavy, so they're very, very heavy when you're working on them. And this episode also teaches you to be super careful when you're working on the car. Make sure you have something to keep the wheels from rolling off, so then it doesn't fall on top of you, because cars are very heavy and you have to be Superman in order to get them off. So, and it takes several different people. It takes several people to get a car off somebody, because cars, like I said, are extremely heavy. And and this teaches us just that we need to be careful when we're working on our cars underneath, because you need to make sure that the car doesn't roll onto you, because like I said, the weight of the car can literally just almost destroy your organs and stuff. Number 9 on my list had to be Toddler Falls from Truck. This one was a very scary episode. It was so scary because this little toddler accidentally opened the door, because he had access to the door, and he fell out of his dad's truck, and a whole bunch of people who witnessed it in like the parking lot of the store had to go help him, get 911, and they had to figure out how to help the toddler who had fallen from the truck. And this is why you should always make sure that you kid-proof your car, and make sure that the child is unable to lock the door when you're in the car, because sometimes children have a tendency to open the door and not think. So please always be careful. Number 10 on my list would have to be Logger's Baby. I like this one because it shows them saving a baby. Excuse me. Sorry. I like this episode because it shows 2 men saving an abandoned baby they found while they were working at the logging company, and the baby was abandoned at the logging company. And it was really scary because it was a cold winter's time, and you never should leave a baby abandoned in a cold winter because they don't survive very well. So if you see a baby that's abandoned, you should get some help as soon as possible to help the baby survive. Okay, so those are my updated top 10 Rescue 911 episodes. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye.